As part of a request to create a bunch of villain how-tos, in this video, I'm going to show you how to be Mr. Freeze in real life. Before I begin, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Watch me stream Tuesdays to Thursdays, 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or UTC5. Join my Discord server for updates and to add suggestions for new videos, and hit the join button for $2.99 a month to support the channel. Now, I can't turn you into a Sub-Zero Iceman that can freeze people with his freeze ray. However, what I could do is relay some of his key traits for you to better emulate the supervillain. First is into the cold. Just as Mr. Freeze has no problem in the cold weather, you will also need to have a good amount of cold accumulation. The first step is, of course, cold exposure. Just like to run better, you go for more runs. It's pretty easy to do so if you live in a colder area, where you just step outside of your house or home for 10-20 minutes in clothing that is slightly less than to keep you warm. So for example, if it's jacket weather, go out with a sweatshirt. If you live in a warmer area, cold showers or ice baths are also beneficial. Now, this won't change your physiology, as reported by an NCBI article, that no matter how long you live in a cold environment, it won't physically change you unless you've lived there for like generations. However, there are things you can do to at least combat the cold. First is gaining more mass. The extra mass can help you insulate better in the cold. So being a little heavier when it's colder outside is a good option. Fat is insulating, of course, but muscle can also have a similar effect in that it burns more calories, which can increase your heat production. In relation to that is increasing your metabolic rate, which can help you again increase the heat coming from your body. You can do so by exercising when it's cold outside, as you feel less cold when doing so. Another is eating more food, where the digestion of said food also burns calories, keeping you just a little warmer. The big aspect though, in my opinion, if you're not suffering from a cold-related illness or disease like hypothermia, frostbite, is your mentality. For that, controlled breathing could be a really good option. It can have a variety of benefits, which I've mentioned in previous videos, including calming you down, though not too much, as the stress response actually prevents heat loss, but being too freaked out is never good in any scenario, especially a stressful one. Now, of course, you can try the box breathing style or a meditative style, but one that is unique is the Wim Hof method. I've mentioned it in a very recent video, and unlike just controlled breathing, the method also involves cold exposure and of course consistency in doing both the cold exposure and the specific style of breathing. As for how it works, it's similar to Tumo breathing, where it's 30 cycles of breathing in and out in a controlled manner, similar to hyperventilation. On the 31st exhale, expelling 90% of the air that was in your lungs, and then holding it for a period of time, followed by a deep inhale, and then also holding that for like 10-15 seconds, then repeating the whole process over a couple more times. There is a guided video by the man himself, which you may find fascinating, and apparently it can help you relax and influence the sympathetic nervous system, shown in very small studies though, which means take this all with a grain of salt, as it may not be the one for you. Also, there is a possibility of you fainting or having hypoxia. Next is the Fountain of Youth. Due to his unique physiology, Mr. Freeze ages very slowly and looks pretty youthful, and you should be able to do something similar by staying younger, both in terms of looking and feeling younger than you may be. There are many things you can do, and optimizing it for your life is your job, but some of them include exercising, where resistance training can help your muscles get stronger, allowing you to be strong enough to do everyday tasks and activities and beyond, up to a pretty advanced age, including fighting off osteoporosis, sarcopenia, obesity, etc. Consistent cardio keeps the heart healthy by lowering the chances of cardiovascular diseases. Again, obesity lowers BP, increases insulin sensitivity, etc. Basically, it's really fucking good for you. Adding on to that would be mobility work, as it can address injuries or issues or pains that stem from either a sedentary lifestyle, from working out, or from a fast-paced lifestyle, or a combination of all three. It of course is not a cure-all, none of this is, and certain issues will arise that may require more specific research or professional help. But some actions to start in your healing process would be stretches for tight hips, ankles, hamstrings, exercises for shoulder pain, knee pain, back pain, like from the Knees Over Toes guy, Squat University, or Movement by David. I talk about this in the Batman recovery video if you're interested. Next is nutrition, another big part of keeping you youthful and feeling youthful, where you eat healthy, which is a relative term, but in this case is getting all the necessary nutrients that your body needs. And of course, sleep, a big part of your recovery process, and getting the 8 hours or so of quality sleep is a big key in making you look and feel younger. Also in terms of medicine, after a certain age, like usually 40 or 50, hormone replacement therapy for testosterone may be something to look into, as long as you understand the potential risks and if your T levels are lower. It can make you feel great and make you feel youthful as well. Also some more miscellaneous things, like maybe a skincare routine, where adding sunscreen to your daily routine can help you look younger, as it can combat skin aging caused by sunlight, or using some sort of cleanser to reduce the amount of acne or scars. Lastly is the brain. Due to his intelligence, as his supervillain moniker might be Mr. Freeze, but his full title is Dr. Victor Freeze, and rightfully so, as he is a brilliant cryogenicist, electrical engineer, chemist, computer scientist, and has a good level of medical science as well. Learning about cryogenics and the other things that I mentioned, for the most part, are unnecessary unless it's a passion of yours or, more importantly, it's part of the job that you do. However, learning about the medical processes and what you can do is worthwhile knowledge to have, because even if you never have to use it, at least you know how to do so. Where to start? Having a basic med kit, one in your car, or a tiny one in your bag or pocket, with items like band-aids, over-the-counter painkillers, antiseptic, bandages, etc., along with learning how to do rough diagnosis of yourself, though you may be somewhat biased if you're injured, or another person that's injured, or is showing signs of something that's abnormal from the status quo. There's a great video from UF Pro that does like a combat medic video on it, which I found fascinating. Also learning how to do chest compressions, the Heimlich maneuver, and other similar acts is a useful thing to have. It's best to have it checked out by an actual professional, if possible, but in scenarios where you're like in the fucking middle of the woods and you can't get to a doctor anytime soon, having that knowledge can be extremely valuable. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Watch me stream Tuesdays to Thursdays, 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or UTC5. Join my Discord server for updates on my next streams and to add suggestions for new videos, and hit the join button for $2.99 a month to support the channel.